Hello and welcome back to the Wargaming.net League Europe Season 5 Matchday 11 Part 2. My name's Oliver Laughter Maxfield and to my left is Alex Cockensia. We've had a great day today, still got one more match coming up. Your impression on this one?
Well, I think WASD Gaming should win this just to consolidate their position towards the offline finals. But I'm pretty sad to see TCM fighting for just an easier opponent in the Silver Series relegation matches.
I'm 100% behind you there. I mean, TCM Gaming, they qualified for the Season 4 finals, came 5th there, but haven't done so well this time around, unfortunately. It will be Kaz and crew to throw them out of the runnings for that one by beating, in the previous round, 5-1 Drooling Leprechaun. So, massive congratulations to Kaz and crew, commiserations for TCM Gaming. But as you said, still stuff to play for. First of all, WSD Gaming have to secure their spot in the finals. Know what kind of opponent they play there. They want to get as many points as they possibly can. And TCM Gaming, they want to avoid, for instance, Ding. They want to avoid, for instance, Strong CM. So they're also playing for potentially a spot in the Gold Series.
Yeah, definitely. Whereas I think that WSD Gaming can easily be overcome in rankings by Kazna if they want to get momentum. So it's definitely a position that they need to secure. And as you said, TCM Gaming should be afraid of Ding. They look on fire. They are a very strong team in Silver Series. Same like WGL Play was the last season. So who knows?
Yeah, pretty close comparison in terms of the amount of rounds they played as well. So that's the matchup coming out now, WSD Gaming versus TCM Gaming. But we want to get your opinions on the land of social media. So Melly, what do you think the people will have to say about this one?
Well, hopefully good things. So head over to twitter.com/WGLEU, follow us and use the hashtag WGLEU to communicate with us, to join the discussion, and of course search for that very hashtag to see what other fellow tankers are saying about the same topic. And another way of getting involved is of course our Facebook page. Like us on Facebook and make sure that you don't miss anything going on in our series, so you will get all the announcements and notifications and everything about new teams, about new articles on the WGLeague.net page first by joining our Facebook network, and also on Twitter. We will provide you with live updates on Twitter. If you can't follow the stream, don't be sad, follow us there and we will keep you on track. And yeah, we of course have a voting where you can vote for your favorite team by simply clicking on the team logo and then predicting the exact scoreline in the text field below, sending off your vote, and with a bit of luck you might win a bonus code because we're rewarding the first 5 people that actually get the vote right.
Yeah, a lot to play for. In terms of bonus codes, a lot to win as well, so do get yourselves onto the various social media channels Melly just mentioned. Tweet at us, like us, post on our Facebook comments, our Facebook posts, and I'm sure you'll win something nice. Of course, vote as well, so a lot to play for, but these two teams have even more to play for. Let's have a look at those rosters before we do head into our first map. So of course we know both teams. I mean, this is the last match of the online stage of this season.
Yeah, and as you cheered for Purple Ship being the only Brit in the league, I can cheer now for my only Romanian in the league, Honor, which has done a very good job so far. And I'm hoping to see him today as well.
So it's the Brits versus the Romanians. That's the storyline for today. But two great teams. As we said before, TCM Gaming, a few unfortunate results as TCM Gaming seems to be so famous for. You know, for instance, going 5-4 down against Virtus Pro, losing against School Bus as well. And they just seem to have a run of bad luck that's cost them a spot in the season finals. But let's see if they can at least pick up this round and show WSD Gaming who's boss. The first map's going to be?
Is going to be Ruinberg, and it seems like TCM is going to attack first. So they picked the hard side. No, actually the easiest side on Ruinberg, because it's pretty hard to defend on Ruinberg, having the caps very far away from each other. So I think we'll see something interesting coming from them.
I hope TCM Gaming can do something interesting here for sure. I mean, I think Ruinberg can be quite even. Sometimes we see a lot of defensive teams winning. I think in general we've seen more defensive teams winning than the attacking team. So I don't know. We'll have to see how this one goes down. Of course, lineups are coming in. Very heavy stuff from both teams.
Yeah, definitely. And it's pretty much surprising to see so many 5100 right now, because usually you want some light tanks to do the initial spot, and of course if you pick heavy tanks, this only means only one thing that you're going to the small village over there.
First push out coming towards the right side of this map. Honorex, the only remaining, you say, in the league, is in a good position there in the MX-39 to hit Purple Shift, who's still spotted. But the question is, does Honor want to get spotted himself? Probably not. Not a good idea to snipe, after all, as you said before, at range. But to be honest, it's going the way of WSD Gaming, as TCM Gaming have received the first few shells. Purple Shift down to 894, Yizny down to 753, and Still Mojo again in the IS3 with 339 damage going towards him.
So you see already those little mistakes that cost them some damage, and through these mistakes they give the advantage to the opponent team. But now we're seeing WSD Gaming pretty much not so consistent in the small village, but they are trying now with the kills on Nervax and Killapit to destroy that 5100 in E5.
They know that if that 5100 is there, they basically have TCM Gaming basically have middle dominance because they can shoot up the F line. But we might just see the battle in the south between the T-37s as they both get spotted. But Kavi immediately getting out of there. Fluky getting the better of him with 120 damage flying towards that tier 6 light tank. But it should just be about, okay, this might be the push out from WSD Gaming. They want to get Still Mojo out of the battle, but they're most concerned with Euralfish down just towards their right.
And Euralfish is an amazing player in a very good position for him. But now it's all about that little village. If WSD Gaming manages to control it a lot better and to do the resets. But now they are waiting for the resets to come from the Killzor, Killer Pit and Nervax.
Reset has got to come in. Nervax just coming off reload, but Still Mojo finds the side of Killer Pit's turret, and then might even found a couple of crew members while the shell bounced its way through that tank. 60 seconds left on the clock, so just a minute. As you can see, WSD Gaming are being spotted as they do head through the village. It's their heavy tanks that have to do the reset. Kavi again being found by Fluky down south. The dead zone getting found the better of between Yizny, and the funny thing is these two teams are training partners, and you can see how close it is between the two. They know what they're going to do, and they know how to counter it.
Yes, as you said, and we see now the kills are going through. He knows Uralfish is on reload, but receives a lot of damage. They're going actually for Uralfish. Still Mojo is there to support him, and Honor manages to kill him in the end. And let's see what's going to happen next. The rest of WSD Gaming is in the small village, but we see now the duel, the one-on-one against Carvey versus Flocky.
Kavi actually was hitting the Amarak there, so a little bit unlucky, but the push is coming into the middle. Yukai on the dead zone, easy stuff, and at the moment WSD Gaming are in the league as they are dispatching one by one the tanks of TCM Gaming. Yizny, though, coming back with a little kill of his own. Haki now on reload. That's going to give Purple Shift another shell, but does Nikta fluffing that one in the MX 3090 is actually going to find the fire on Haki, but on reload himself, and honestly WSD Gaming are starting to pull ahead in this game.
Definitely, Yizny is very low HP. He might be the first to fall to the Killzor. There's a Niktar, and Purple Shift must help him right now. Killer Pit is going directly for Purple Shift, gets him. There's a Niktar is going around. The Killzor manages to kill Yizny, and there's a Niktar is the last one alive for TCM Gaming.
As he often is, one of the star players, the guy who did the most amount of damage against School Bus, is the last guy remaining for TCM Gaming in this game against WSD Gaming. And it will be WSD to pick up that first round. Was quite close at times, but what gave WSD Gaming that edge?
I didn't believe for 1 second that WSD Gaming was going to win, seeing the how they gave the advantage to TCM Gaming in the small village, but TCM Gaming didn't take advantage of that. So in the end, they received a lot of shells. They lost Whirlfish and also Carvey. So WSD Gaming managed to get slowly into the game and get the advantage they needed to push in the end.
They just overmatched them in terms of HP. If we look at the damage, 2.2k done by Nervax. It's one of his favorite maps. I mean, we usually see him in a 110 on this map, but every time he seems to play it, any kind of heavy tank, he's very good on Ruinberg. He seems to have a really good map awareness here. So I want to see how he continues to improve, or maybe even get worse through the next 3 rounds. Still, TCM Gaming are going to be on the attack again, and WSD Gaming on the defense. And you mentioned that Eastern Village and how that had a crucial change on this map. And does TCM Gaming have to look at those advantages they get and collapse on them a little bit sooner?
Definitely they need to consider this, because if you get the Eastern Village, as you said, you have the map control, so you can actually influence the result of the round. into your favor, of course. But what I noticed as well that Nervax is, we all know that he's very young and dealing so much damage in the early on of this match means that he's on fire today, like Aldi Nexus.
Yeah, I mean, guy can't even buy a beer, so the fact that he does 2.3k in the IS3 says something about how much of a good World of Tanks player and just a good game all around he is. Good map awareness, good focus fire, good situational awareness when he's in those firefights as well. And the IS3 is a hard tank to get in the right position, but he seems to do it every single time. 15 seconds left until we get into our second round. As said before, TCM Gaming on the attack again. Now one round down. Not a big deal. I mean, you said Ruinberg is easier to attack on. In my opinion, it's easier to defend. Because that northern cap is so hard to go for. It's almost nullified. So I don't know how this one's going to work out, but TCM Gaming are going to have another go at it.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at the tank lineups right now, we see them picking 2 1390s and 1 RU and only 1 IS3. But on the other side, WASD Gaming, they're going for the same lineup. Only the Killzor, I think, has switched to a T54 lightweight.
T54 lightweight, though, doesn't really help him in that situation. The heavyweights of the IS3 nail a shot into the side. He's down to about 50% there. TCM Gaming with the same start, and to be fair, their start was on point. It gave them the advantage in the previous round, but it was really the later game that kind of lost them it. So at least at the moment, it's going pretty well for them.
Yeah, so far, like in the previous round, but now what I'm afraid of, they're taking so much time to call their decisions to just pick one side where they want to go, where just do something on this map. But we're looking now the rotation from that IS3 going around. And what do you think about this?
I think it's a very dangerous move. If TCM Gaming realize that one of those IS3s is out of the Eastern Village, they're going to be able to collapse on. I mean, the Killzor's already a one-shot. Fluky's taking a lot of damage. And, well, the fact that Carvey is not really in a good spotting position might just give WGL Gaming this opportunity to flank around. Also the MX 1390 there. And I think for Carvey as well, they just don't want to get the better of, so he is going to go in.
And look at this, Wolf is receiving a lot of damage and he's on reload, so he's pretty much useless over there. He can't do anything damage-wise.
Carvey at the moment, 1 versus 1 on Fluky, and it is going Carvey's way at this point in time. He got the better of him last time, but Carvey is on point. The Finnish player is not on reload though, so Fluky again finding Carvey, and he's continuing that spray of damage onto Eurofish as TCM Gaming are starting to assert their dominance up north. We can see the Eastern Village, Killer Pit receiving some damage, and Eurofish now off reload. It's going okay for them. Killer Pit will fall down to Still Mojo, team captain for TCM Gaming, and shot caller does it Nichter though, 2 versus 1. He's going to have to try and do some real damage here. Nervax finds Eurofish in that 5100 in the Western Village, and does it Nichter is going to get absolutely obliterated. Purple Shift trying to make something happen. They're trying to block for his team, but still not going so well. But I think WGL Gaming have the advantage, and they might just be able to carry this through. But 2 versus 1, Yizny and Purple Shift onto Dead Zone, who's on reload in that 5100.
Yeah, he's actually 1 versus 3 in this situation. That T37 is? No? What's that tank over there? Is it the Killzor?
It's the Killzor on the T54 lightweight on his own, unsupported, and Still Mojo will take advantage of that dispatching of shot caller for WASD Gaming to the Killzor.
And this is still not over, even though WASD Gaming has a lot of HP to play with. If TCM Gaming gets into the best position they can, then they actually might surprise WASD Gaming.
Yizny with Fluky on that T37. Good shot by him. 3 versus 2 now. Honor and Nervax. Well, Honor's got to try and defend the Honor for WASD Gaming, as it looks like TCM Gaming are on the verge of doing this. But you can see the HP discrepancy is still in favor of WASD Gaming. That's thanks to Nervax in the IS3 having still 1.5k, 100% left. And Still Mojo in his IS3 down to about 1%.
But as you said before, it matters how many guns you have into the game. And Yizny and Purple Shift are trying now to kill Nervax, and Nervax is losing a lot of HP right now.
Yizny's continuing to hit those shells. A top talent dealer in TCM Gaming. Honor, though, finds Still Mojo. So at the moment, it's 2 versus 2, and Nervax just has to connect 1 shell. He might even bring Purple Shift down to a 1-shot, but the Brit who can. It's Nervax to fall 1 versus 1, and TCM Gaming put a round on the board.
Let's see what Hunter does right now, because he's the only one alive from WASD Gaming, and he's against the purple shift, and yeah, he's done it. And now
I didn't even think
one against Yizny.
I didn't even think Honor was still alive. That's my bad. I thought TCM Gaming had already picked that one up, but I thought this would be game over. But Purple Shift staying spotted for too long, and in 1 versus 1 situation, Honor 40% through that reload. Yizny's got all 6 shells, and to be honest, Yizny's been a fantastic player all this season, and now he has to step up for his team. He can't fluff this one. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Honor will probably get the reload before he dies. It's Yizny versus Honor. 1 versus 1. Both star players. Romanian versus Swedish. 532 damage onto Honor. He's trying to do Ringer Roses, but he's not going to get the Rose, and Yizny will dispatch of him 1-all as TCM Gaming puts a round on the board.
Yeah, well, TCM Gaming played very well in the end, staying all together, and WSD Gaming was too distant one from each other.
Yeah, I think the kills are going low at the beginning. Basically, he also lost them around because he couldn't help his team in the village as much, and the IS3 flanking around. I mean, they managed to take down Euralfish, but TCM Gaming were allowed just to push in that eastern village, and we know on Ruinberg it's all about that eastern village.
Exactly. You now see, guys, how important that eastern village is. It's the key factor in this map, and what I don't understand why the kills was staying so long over there when the dead zone died. But we see now Euralfish getting so much damage, such a great coordination from WSD Gaming, and very good timing from them as well, as they managed to push exactly when Euralfish was reloading, but Fluky with an amazing kill.
Fluky is just hitting the ammo rack of Kavi every time, and obviously when your ammo rack goes down, it doubles your reload time. That's second time in a row where Fluky's just known when to shoot. He's hit that ammo rack, and he's got the better of Kavi.
Yeah, Fluky 2, Kavi 0.
Unbelievably. I mean, Kavi's been pretty good this season. I need to see him step up, as TCM Gaming are now leveling the points up, but still, I think WSD Gaming has more bite to their bark.
Yeah, I think so as well. They still lack a little bit of coordination. They have good players, very good players, and what's wrong all the time is that the killzone is dying without doing anything. This is the problem for their team, actually.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Daki, but this is the truth.
I agree. The killzone needs to step up, as he often does.
Yeah. Well, I think he's taking a lot of time calling, doing all those shots and all those decisions, very good decisions. But in the end, he needs to prove that he's also a good player.
For me, it feels like the killzone is trying to fill Nuclear's role, because Nuclear, who always plays the T-54 lightweight on this map, does such a good job. The Killzone's trying to be that star player like Nuclear is. I mean, Nuclear does so much damage, just cause as well, and I think he's trying to imitate those kind of players there, but as a shot caller, it's just simply not possible.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think he will show us more in the next round. Now they are switching sides, and WASD Gaming will go on the attack. So probably they will take some heavy setup as well, as you'd want to take that eastern village, and taking light tanks in that eastern village, having so little space to maneuver a light tank might not be the best idea.
Yeah, we can see a lot of heavy tanks coming out from TCM Gaming. 2 IS3s, 2 50-100s, a T37, a T54 lightweight, and finally Yizny playing that AMX 1390. For WSD Gaming, obviously having to go a little bit lighter because they're on the attack. 3 50-100s, 2 IS3s, a T54 lightweight, and a T37. De Kilzo remaining in that T54 lightweight, and I would say, despite, Fluky doing such a great job in that T37, I think De Kilzo should give the reins to Fluky to play that T54.
Yeah, and just if he dies in tier 6, then okay, so be it. But now with a tier 8, he playing a tier 8, yeah, that's a huge responsibility.
A lot of pressure on that man's shoulder. On that man's shoulders. What's your opinion? I mean, TCM Gaming seemed to be a good team in that round. Yizny, though, 1 versus 1. It was very close at the end. I think it could have gone either way if the kills and a few of the other players from WSD Gaming didn't receive so much damage early on. So it's been a very close matchup. We're about 20 seconds away till finding out, can TCM Gaming pick up a round on the defensive side, and what do you think?
Well, I think TCM Gaming is warming up. I think we might see more from them coming up in the next round.
I hope so as well. 3 seconds left. TCM Gaming need to start getting those cogs whirring as, well, WASD Gaming seem to be the slightly better team, not much, and to be honest, we haven't seen enough round to really call it yet. Of course, the HP discrepancy in favor of TCM Gaming, about 500 there, because of that extra IS3 they have, well, because they have 2 IS3s, but interesting start from WASD.
Yeah, they're going for the northern cap, and Carvey already spotted most of those tanks, and now it's up to WASD Gaming to show us how you play this Northern Cup.
Ooh, TCM Gaming's IS3 and T37's in the middle. The IS3 will not be able to get out of there. Good initial damage onto the Killzor. Yukai's just got to stay safe. He's got to sit behind that fountain. Carvey's got a proxy spot, and WASD Gaming need to take care of him.
And Carvey is in a very good position, as you said. Still, Mojo is coming very fast towards him, but the Killzor is going in, receives a lot of damage. Purple Shift, you can see the background, giving some cover to Carvey, but it's too late. Nervox just managed to kill him.
Look how much damage is heading the way of WASD Gaming. Purple Shift, a good shell there from the middle, doing some fantastic damage. Honor versus Yisni. This is the 1 versus 1 situation again, and Yisni's coming out better again. Zenichter does manage to dispatch of him, so initial damage going the way of TCM Gaming, initial kills going the way of TCM Gaming, and you can see the HP certainly supports that 6,700 to 3,100, but does WASD Gaming have a chance?
At this point, I don't see them very well, and again the Killzor died without doing too much damage. He peeked in that position to that T37. Was that worth it to peek to that T37?
They had to take it out, that's the problem. He had to die, otherwise that T37 would just kept on proxy spotting for Still Mojo. TCM Gaming would have been able to come around and it would have been game over, as it is for Fluky. Yukai takes care of him.
And 3 tanks left from WASD Gaming. Hacky still is full HP. He needs to do more for his team if they want to even this up.
Hacky, Nervax and Kilobit, 3 star players left for WASD Gaming versus Yukai does Zenichter, Purple Shift, Yisni, and finally team captain Still Mojo. Unusually playing a T54 lightweight. I don't think I've seen him in that one this season. But here's the crux. TCM Gaming are on the defense, so they don't need to go forwards. They don't need to sacrifice themselves to WASD Gaming yet, but Still Mojo still wants a chance. And, well, didn't go too well for him as he's received about 800 damage, but Hacky being spotted has allowed Purple Shift to do some good damage from the middle, or I think that was Zenichter actually. So it's going a bit of back and forwards, and to be honest, TCM Gaming has to be careful that they don't lose their team captain behind that building.
And even if they lose him, they still have enough HP to play with. Look at the HP bar right now. Over 5k HP left for TCM Gaming and 1.6k for WASD Gaming, but now Killer Pit kills Still Mojo, and Purple Shift is going for Hacky. Yukai is coming in support, and this might be just game over for WASD Gaming.
You can also see Yisni right through the village, right through the city, coming around onto the back of Nervax. Hacky trying to kite Purple Shift around that house. It's going quite well for him, but Yisni is pretty much going to be the killer of Killer Pit. And he's actually going to chase down Nervax there, who's on reload in the AMX 1390. I don't think Nervax is going to be able to get away with it. Hacky versus Purple Shift. Purple Shift about halfway through that reload from Hacky, and Hacky is off reload, so he's doing some good damage against Purple Shift. He might be able to take him out. No, he doesn't. Purple Shift makes sure he finds him, and the AMX 5100 does fall. Yisni now onto Nervax, 1 versus 1. Nervax has those reload. He has to turn that turret. Yisni gets tracked, but that's a good thing because he can aim this next shell. He will find the middle of that tank, and that's the last tank for WASD Gaming falling via TCM.
And look at this, TCM Gaming already gaining a slight advantage against WASD Gaming, and this confirms that they are a strong team in the end, and with strong players, but with some issues in their coordination sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to quickly run you through the matches TCM Gaming has had. 5-4 loss against School Bus. 5-3 against Drooling Leprechauns win, but 5-0 against Wusa. That should not happen. 5-3 against Momentum win, but then comes the area I think TCM lost it. 5-1 loss against EPS, 5-3 loss against Kaznakru, 4-5 loss against Virtus Pro, and then they kind of go backwards and forwards. You know, they should have won against Momentum, they should have won against Utopia, they should have probably won against Wusa as well, and Evil Panda Squad. So it's just those kind of, it's not the like 5-4s that lost them this place in the season finals. It's those 5-1s and those 5-2s.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that's why they are now outside of the offline finals, to be honest.
Exactly. I think it's deserved as well. I think they were coasting this season a little bit, and it's cost them. Obviously, I think they're going to be safe for season 6, as long as they win their relegation match, of course. Some of the Silver Series teams are looking very deadly at this point, so they have to be a little bit worried there. But I think TCM's is just going to get better and better. I mean, clearly they've had a couple of easy seasons. Now they need to refocus. They need to get themselves motivated, and they need to go into the next season kind of kicking.
I just can't imagine TCM Gaming in Silver Series, to be honest.
No, definitely not. I don't think that's going to happen. But both of these teams now ready as we're going into our 4th and final round on Ruinberg. Lineup's pretty much the same from both teams. Triple 5100, IS3, AMX 3090, T54 Lightweight, and T37 from WASD Gaming. Two 5100s, two IS3s, an AMX 3090, a T54 Lightweight, and a T37 from TCM Gaming. Will WSD Gaming try that northern side cap push again, do you think?
I honestly don't think so. I think they'll do it on the other base this time because they picked an IS3 instead of 1390. That's basically the only change they did. And we're still seeing team captains, the Killzor and Steel Mojo in that T54 Lightweight. I personally don't think it belongs to this map. What do you think?
Well, I think the T54 Lightweight's good in this map because you can play it in the middle. I just don't think the team captains should be playing those tanks. I think you should put it up to some of your MVPs, but clearly the teams know better than us, and you can see WSD Gaming starting to rotate all their tanks around the southern base. They send the MX 5100 into the middle and the T54 Lightweight towards that right side cap, so a pretty standard start from WSD.
What's happening with Fluky over there, losing a lot of HP? I think it was a little bit of problem with the 5100 or the 3090. And the kills are doing the initial spot, and Whirlfish might just get a shot towards him, thanks to Steel Mojo doing the early spot.
Steel Mojo in a great position. We've seen a lot of teams in this position, but Killzor gets the better of Euroffish, and Steel Mojo might find the side of Honor and Fluky. Great positioning by them, and Fluky gets cancelled off this map in that T37. Honor looks like he's going to go next, and Steel Mojo might just secure that kill. Honor gets found by Dazanixta, so that's a 2-0 exchange for TCM Gaming.
Amazing play by TCM Gaming, and once again showing us that they still have a lot of power and they can still influence a lot of these results.
Ooh, purple shift versus Nervax, but still Mojo in that T54 Lightweight continues to prove us wrong and takes down the dead zone, so 3 tanks now fall for WSD Gaming. Still Mojo coming around the flank, he needs to find the kills, or 1 versus 1 might be an interesting team captain mix-up as WSD Gaming have 4 tanks left and TCM Gaming have 7.
But neither of these team captains are fighting or watching to each other. They are just concentrating on getting those 5100 instead of killing each other. And Hacky here over taking some damage from Izne, if I saw it correctly. Yukai as well, 282. The kills are now shooting towards Yukai.
Yeah, I think Mojo was trying to shoot Killerpit as well, but Dazanixta, 5 shells left in now to Autolota. Killerpit might find himself killed as Dazanixta does get tracked though. He will fall, so at the moment only team captain De Killzor remains, and he won't be alive for much longer. Still Mojo will be fancying his chances. Finally we get to see the 1 versus 1 of the ages, and it's pretty even, but De Killzor is clearly outgunned, and well, TCM Gaming will secure their 3rd round on Ruinberg.
And that was amazing from both team captains, not concentrating on killing that T54 next to him, but just killing those 5100s and the other tanks that were fighting their teammates. Amazing play for the team captains, but mostly from Steel Mojo.
Yeah, good that he didn't actually go for the easy kill or the easy damage. Yeah. Eurofish doing a nice 2.2k. The Killzor did 2000, so he did actually step up for his team nicely there. But TCM Gaming, surprisingly, putting some good tests towards WSD Gaming in this matchup. And of course, WSD Gaming is like 3rd in that leaderboard. And we did not expect this result.
Yeah, I didn't expect this result. So this actually means that they are not that good on Ruinberg so far. They still need a lot of training on this map. And also some individual mistakes over there, like Honor dying very fast and also Fluky. I don't know what they were expecting once that T54 Lightweight was spotted over there.
True, I agree with you there. So next map's going to be Murovanka. But before we do jump on that one, does the community agree that WASD Gaming is not so strong on Ruinberg?
Not yet. Well, the community is voting with around 83% for WASD Gaming, so they're not really on track this moment. But we already saw TCM being ahead and then falling.
Yeah,
in the
we've
end.
seen that a few times this season,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
So maybe the community again knows more than we do. People, tell me your thoughts about this matchup. Just head over to Twitter, use the hashtag WGLEU, and tell me why you're rooting for WASD Gaming, or why you're not rooting for them and seeing TCM coming back, well, doing well, what they actually do, and WASD coming back. Tell me whatever is on your mind. Just help me out here. So before we're heading into the second map, we have a little video for you. Have fun with some RNG moments. And welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that little video and had some fun watching those RNG moments. And to say it with a tweet, did WASD lose their focus as they've already secured a spot in the finals? Or is it great play by TCM Gaming? Or both? I would say let's see on the second map. Have fun.
I think it's a little bit of both there. I think TCM Gaming are stepping up, knowing that they're still fighting for something, and WSD Gaming are not fighting for much. But next map's going to be Murovanka. Do we know the sides?
Yes, we know. We see WASD Gaming going attacked first, and it will be very interesting how they will do their tactic on attack, because you need to kill that 59-16 usually. But now if I'm looking at TCM Gaming, I don't see any 59-16, and I see two M41 Bulldogs.
Yeah, they're clearly going to go for some sort of carnage damage, but historically this is WSD Gaming's map. They won 4 times in a row against the Polish team Utopia, whilst TCM Gaming, in the last time they fought on this map, they lost 3 rounds against Momentum. So theoretically, I say theoretically, WSD Gaming should win this match by quite some margin.
Definitely, and going into the game right now, we see actually TCM Gaming trying to go into their standard position. Carvey is a little bit in the middle as I'm looking right now. I didn't expect to see that from a M41 Bulldog, but WSD Gaming right now is trying to get the spots on, so they know where to go through. Sorry.
There's Yukai and there's 2 T69s are trying to go hull down, and I've loved the T69 on this map. I think it's been pretty strong. But I don't know, do you think it's really worth having that lack of sniping ability and get caught out in awkward situations on the reload just for that burst?
Definitely, because at one point if you keep them under the hill, you can, as an attacker, yeah, you can really make use of them. But as a defender, I don't know, man, I would definitely use the T32s.
I agree with you. So the dead zone, trying to make some spots over there, and you can see WSD Gaming clearly want to go for that northern point, but you can see the Bulldog rotating. I honestly think that Bulldog is going to fall very quickly, because Carvey is waiting down there, and so is a T54 lightweight. So I would run away if I was Fluky in that point. He does get spotted, and he's immediately going to run. He's not going to contest. He's not going to challenge. And it seems like WSD Gaming want to take that middle spot now, although that second Bulldog has been spotted as well. So TCM Gaming are winning the information war. They have the positions, and it's, despite an early stage, going quite well for them. No damage done by both teams. And how do you think WSD Gaming is going to approach this game from now on?
They definitely have to put more pressure from the right side of the map, where Isne is. So if they don't put enough pressure from that side as well, then it will be very hard for them to do something in this map. But two Bulldogs going towards a T54 lightweight, and another Bulldog might not be the best idea, considering the position of that M26 Pershing and the T69.
Isne probably will just kind of stand his ground. He doesn't have the greatest gun depression with that T54 lightweight. He's turned his hull towards the rest of his team, as he does want to be able to scamper out of that situation very quickly. But that's the thing. I mean, for me right now, the Bulldog just seems a little bit awkward for WSD Gaming to use to get towards that cap.
Definitely, and it seems, for me, it almost feels like they are not really confident in what they want to do. They don't have a very good tactic going on right now. The Killzor is still trying to do some spots, so he has enough information so he can think what they can do next.
The 2-5-1s now heading into the middle area. I mean, Murovanka is all about that middle road along the E line. I think WSD Gaming's position suggests to us that they're going to kind of flank around and go into those 2-2-5-1s and those Pershings there for TCM Gaming. But I really think TCM Gaming, now they have the HP advantage. I think they have better tanks as well in those close quarter situations. So quite honestly, unless WSD Gaming are absolutely on point and find a tank, for instance, that T54 lightweight, it's their game to lose.
Yeah, Isne is receiving a lot of damage. You can see in the right side of your screen where the HP bar of the tank is, that he's down to 700 HP now. But we need to see more from Steel Mojo and Whirlfish over here, as WASD Gaming going very close to them.
I wouldn't be surprised if TCM Gaming just push over this hill with the Pershing and the 2 T69s with that 2-5-1 and just annihilate Nervax and the dead zone. Yes, Honor and Haki are in the background supporting them, but once those 2 tanks are out of the game, it's going to be very hard for WSD Gaming to keep up with the hit points and the firepower.
Exactly, and they are now trying to put some pressure on TCM Gaming by going to the cap, but still they are getting spotted by that M41 Bulldog Carve, I think it is. Yeah, and this only gives enough information for TCM Gaming to just push towards WASD Gaming, and it's happening right now. We can see how TCM Gaming is going for those two 5-1s.
Does a Nikta around the left side. Can he make that damage? Can he make the T69 work for him? Kavi, though, is trying to get the reset that is already happening to Killzor versus Kavi, but in the middle, that's the real firefight. The dead zone is going to be found first by TCM Gaming as the pain is coming in, but Haki at least with a little bit of a reply onto Still Mojo, but it's gone the way of TCM Gaming in the initial engagement. They're going to continue on the charge as Purple Shift just once again in the thick of the action.
Yes, and he's heading directly for Honor. Honor is on reload. Purple Shift still has 4 shells available, but his real target should be Fluky, and yes, indeed it is. Izne is coming into the battle. It's 2-on-2 right now. Izne is going for Fluky. Also Purple Shift. Honor should come off reload pretty soon, and no, he's going down by Royalfish. And it's now 2 versus 6. Haki and Killer Pete, the last man alive.
The two men that really haven't turned up this match. And are scampering away. Killer Pit was just completely out of this game up in the north for the whole time, and this looks like an easy pickup for TCM Gaming. Yes, they still have to find a combat tank and a sniper, but I think this is game over as Haki does his best to try and keep TCM Gaming at bay, but you got to remember TCM are on the defense, so they just need to play for time, but they're not going to play for time. 3 versus 1, the overmatch is here. Haki trying to do as much as he can, but TCM Gaming are keeping hopes alive as Haki will fall via Euralfish. At least he finds 1, but 1 is not going to be enough. They need to find another 5.
Definitely. Killer Pit is now delaying the inevitable right now, as he's the only one alive. He is full HP. This means sometimes something that the tactic didn't work as intended. He's now going forward against 2 T69s.
Yeah, T69s will absolutely rip him to shreds there. They might even go for the ram, but it will be Dazanichta to pick up that last frag, and TCM Gaming incredibly bringing the scoreline to 4-1.
And it's now match point for them, and this only means that they are not going down without a fight.
Yeah, they look like they are keeping a little bit of integrity in this league. Probably won't qualify, definitely won't qualify for the Season 5 finals, but at least they'll be able to beat their training partner and their sister team, WSD Gaming. Yes, they still have one more match to fight, but I don't know, how will WSD Gaming kind of come back from this deficit?
I think they need to put in play that 59-16 and go for the cap directly, and just do their defensive positions for that cap as they did against Utopia. So that's what they have to do. Just do it, guys.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it this time round. Lineups are sticking pretty much the same. The Pershing, played by Still Mojo, who got the dispatch first. Double T69, 251, T54 lightweight, double ball. Like for TCM Gaming, of course. WSD Gaming, a lot of firepower, but unluckily they haven't gone for the 59-16. Instead, going for those 2 Bulldogs again, alongside 3 251s and 2 AMX 1390s. So they got a lot of firepower, but the problem is they couldn't put the pressure on. And those T69s kind of cancel out the 251's ability to do damage. And that's why TCM Gaming seems to be winning right now.
Definitely, because those T69s have a lot of armor. Not the same thing that we can say about those light tanks. So now we see Haki going very aggressive. Or not, he's stopping in the middle of the map. As you said, the center of the map, that E line is very important to control, to do the map control. But we see TCM Gaming getting in the same positions. The Killzor and Fluky going directly for that cap early on.
The Killzor gets spotted, as he was in the previous round. TCM Gaming standing strong. Kavi, Yizny, and the Bulldog and the T54 lightweights, as you said, in the same positions as they were last time. What will WSD Gaming do to try and at least put another round on the scoreboard? The kills are going 1 versus 1. It's not going to go well for him. I don't think he's even got the capability to penetrate the top of that T54 lightweight. That's why it's such a brilliant tank there. And of course, 232 damage is a low roll for that one as well. 250 is the average. So at the start, yes, Eurofish received a couple of shells, but TCM Gaming still have all the objectives.
Yeah, and he has the Killzor has Fluky in his back to help him, but still, I don't see WASD WASD Gaming going very well on that side. And honestly, I can't really figure out a very good tactic to breach this amazing defense from TCM Gaming.
TCM Gaming have been a good defensive team, but the 2-2-5-1s or the 3-2-5-1s look like they want to push along the one line. You got the two MX-3090s who will probably go onto Eurofish and Still Mojo, and you have the two Walker Bulldogs down south. So the push is coming in from TCM Gaming, from WSD Gaming even.
Yes, Killer Pit, the Dazone and Nervox are preparing themselves to go on the one line. Those 1390, I think they will get in the C3 position, preparing their sniping abilities towards those T69s. But let's see how this goes with WSD Gaming. They are certainly preparing to do a push, and the M41 Walker Bulldogs are also waiting for their compatriots to go forward.
We are now on tenterhooks. Will TCM Gaming be able to ward off this offensive action by WSD? That is the question. That's a $1 million question. As we do go forward, Killer Pit, the Nervax, and the Dead Zone do make that first move. They do get spotted first. The MX-3090s will start to charge in as well, but you can see the damage is beginning for TCM Gaming. They are doing so well to keep in the back. A little bit of bouncing. Purple Shift doing the best he can. The Dead Zone getting spotted in the middle, and despite the 251's HP, they're not doing too well. Purple Shift, the first one on the cutting board for TCM Gaming, but for WSD Gaming, Purple Shift does a great job against Killer Pit, and those 251's are getting made mincemeat by the Bulldogs.
Indeed they are, and Honor manages to kill Yukai. There's a Nictar is now 1 versus 2. Honor is unfortunately on reload, but the Dead Zone is there to help. There's a Nictar is going 1 versus 2. He still has 3 shells left in that autoloader. Honor might be the next target. Carve in the meantime killed. The kills are Fluky, manages to pick up Isni. Eurofish is going for Honor, and we see this duel between those M41 Bulldogs, and it seems like Fluky didn't manage to pick up that M41 Bulldog. Who was it?
I'm not sure, but 3 versus 3 at the moment. It is still TCM Gaming's game to lose there. About 200 HP head. Does Nictar needs to be off reload? He just about is, but it's a Pershing left as Nervax and Fluky do a good amount of damage against him. TCM Gaming, you need to hold on here for another 3 minutes. Otherwise, you will be allowing WSD Gaming back into this game. 3 versus 3. As I said, Fluky now all shells left, all 10 shells left in that Bulldog, starting to head around Purple Shift. Still Mojo needs to spot him on the cross. Nervax needs to make sure that he has support of that Bulldog if he can, but Still Mojo doesn't connect that shell. That could be desperately bad for him, but Fluky trying to hit on the cross as well is not going to work. The second one will connect, but Nervax was in support, and WSD Gaming now in the driver's seat.
Yeah, but they are splitting a lot, and this might not be the good idea. We look a little bit at what TCM Gaming is doing right now, staying together as a wolf pack and going forward towards Nervax. He might be the next target.
Nervax is in big trouble as TCM Gaming go for that last push. Can they put a 5-1 scoreline against their sister team, WSD Gaming? That's the question we have here now. Nictar got 3 shells in his autoloader. The first one does connect, but you got the Dead Zone in support. Can Nervax hit this one on the move? Yes, he can, but he doesn't penetrate it, and it will be the Dead Zone to finish off Nictar. Fluky trying to do some damage from behind. 2 versus 3 now. TCM Gaming made a push, but they didn't go all in, and they were punished for it.
Definitely, and now Still Mojo is receiving a lot of damage there from Fluky, and Nervax going head-to-head towards Whirlfish, and the Dead One is the one that kills him, and Still Mojo is the only one left with that M26 Pershing. And it's 1 versus 3 with only 21 HP left. It's pretty much over for TCM Gaming in this round.
Going to be game over. Nervax going to make sure of that as Still Mojo falls. WSD Gaming finally look like a better team there. Do put a nice little round on the board and bring the scoreline up to 4-2. TCM Gaming still leading by 2 rounds, but a stronger set of gameplay from WSD.
Yeah, I didn't expect to see that from WASD Gaming coming so well on the attack side over there with those M41 Bulldogs dealing a lot of damage on that lower side of the map. And the Dead Zone and those 251s had a lot of luck not receiving a lot of shells from TCM Gaming. I think the main problem here was that TCM Gaming didn't manage to connect all their shells. And we can have a look back at what happened with those 251s. And yeah, they were so lucky not receiving so much damage early on.
It's the problem with the T69 though. It's not easy to penetrate the shells on the side with heat ammo. Not particularly accurate gun. Pulpshift does a good job there in the Bulldog, but the Nervex did a total of 2.6k, almost 2.7k damage then. So he came very close to pretty much finishing off 3 tier 8 tanks from TCM Gaming, but they still have a significant lead, and they'll also be switching sides. So TCM Gaming now going on the attack, slightly harder on Murovanka, and this could be the start of something of a comeback.
Yeah, definitely, and it wouldn't surprise me to see a 4-4 after these next 2 rounds. So what's your prediction over here? Do you think it will be over or not?
I think TCM Gaming have the fighting spirit just to come back from that round and pick up the next attacking round. I think they're a little bit more creative on attack, and they'll be able to bring it to 5-2.
Again, I saw in the previous round that they took so much time to do a good decision. So I think this is the problem for them right now.
Yeah, I think their decision-making skills are a little bit questionable, and they seem to think that they had won the round before they actually did. So that might be one of the reasons why they were pretty slow there. So I don't know, but do let us know on hashtag WGLEU on our Twitter page, and let us know what you think of this game. Who's going to win it? Will WSD Gaming make an incredible comeback against TCM Gaming? Will TCM Gaming kind of keep their integrity and kind of keep the flame going and pick up the next round or next couple of rounds against WSD and at least put 3 points on the scoreboard, as both teams are ready? I see Mojo has picked up a T32 this time.
Yeah, well, I think he's a heavy player, to be honest. I like him playing heavy tanks. He's mostly an IS-free player, but now picking the T32, yeah, that's, let's say, a little bit surprising, but still I think he'll do a good job. But on the other side, I see the Ducky going with the 5916. Finally, Ducky is going the 5916. A very good decision from his side.
So I guess he's going to be hold down somewhere, and he's going to be trying to get the decap on, or sitting in a bush to get the
exactly, yeah,
the
sitting in a bush.
Offensive spots.
Yeah, you have a lot of good bushes over there near the cap zone. So staying in one of those and just capping that part of the map, it's a very good call for him, and he doesn't have to worry about it too much, because as we've seen Koritz, team captain Virtus Pro, he had enough time to spot the enemy tanks and also do the decisions behind those spots to actually win the game.
Koritz was fantastic. I mean, absolutely amazing. Some of the best spotting we've ever seen. But we have to see if the kill score is up to Kritz's standard. But we are going into game. Will this be TCM Gaming's match? Will they take the 3 points, or will WSD Gaming manage to take another round here? As we said, the switcheroo will come up, and TCM Gaming is going to have a chance at attacking. I said they're a little bit more creative. Will they show their creativity? Will they show their creative spark here on Murovanka? And of course, WSD Gaming have to prove themselves as a defensive team, as they are going to be on the defense in that southern side this time around.
Yeah, well, I'm looking a little bit at the tank setups, and I see the T32 and the Pershing, as we said, from TCM Gaming, and I already know, without being a pro player, I must say, I already know where they will go. With those tanks. It's either you go on the E3 position, taking advantage of that gun depression, or you go exactly under the hill where we saw WASD Gaming in the previous round leading their attack from, with those 230-90.
And classically, WSD Gaming have got 3 T69s. They were the first team to pick the T69 on Murovanka, and they've been one of the better teams of Murovanka. As I said, winning 4 times in a row against Momentum, against Utopia, quite incredible. TCM Gaming now trying to get the Pershing and the T32 in good positions, trying to get them to hold down. There's a couple of shells coming out. The dead zone versus Eurofish, and neither getting the better of each other. Both fantastic players. Yukai to the left side in that Bulldog. We usually see a 2-5-1. Why has TCM put the 41 Bulldog there?
Well, I think they just want the Bulldog to use all his shells, so they can switch around after that. But what it's more interesting that WSD Gaming tried to do the initial damage, as they knew the T32 and the T32 will be very slow, but actually they didn't manage to connect any shell, so they still down to square 0 from where they started.
So what's WSD Gaming what's TCM Gaming going to do to attack? It looks like Still Mojo and Purple Shift are using those tanks perfectly, going hull down. They haven't even got to worry about much towards their right, so it's a great move from them.
Yeah, definitely. They have the support, as we can see the 251 and the M41 Boca Bulldog, as you said, as you asked previously, what is he doing in that position? He's a support tank very well, but we also see some movement from those 1390 trying to consolidate the position of that M41 Bulldog going on the other cap. But the 5916 surely will spot it, and no, it didn't happen so far. Carvey is still unspotted. This is interesting. Now he is spotted, and he should be shot down by WASD Gaming, but it's not happening. Killer Pit missing a shell. Also, the T69s were not positioned for him, and Carvey did a little bit of a mistake over there, going directly into the building. But now this is looking very good for TCM Gaming, as they went into a strong position on this map.
TCM should probably just be blind firing towards bushes, trying to find the killzone. The problem is, even if they do, they wouldn't necessarily know if they hit him or not. So they might hit a couple of shells into a bush, and that still wouldn't be enough to kill a 5916. So that's the kind of thing you got to consider. But you can see the mobilization from WSD Gaming towards the left side. They're clearly not willing to play passively. They want to go forwards and attack.
Obviously, but once they get spotted, and there we go. They are spotted right now. TCM Gaming must react and go for that 5916 and for that 251 that are staying in the lower part of the map. And there's the Nictor Fies, the Killzone, but now Hacky versus Yukai right here. The M41 Bulldog versus the 251. Normally with those amount of shells, Yukai should be able to take Hacky down, and Hacky was on fire right now and finds the last shell to kill Yukai. Killer Pit now receives a lot of damage, and what's happening right now?
Pushing T32 versus WSD Gaming. I think TCM Gaming are starting to break WSD in two. The Bulldog over towards the left side does get dispatched. That's Killer Pit going down in the 251 via Still Mojo. WSD Gaming forced from their positions. TCM have a little bit more HP to play around with, about 900 more. It's still a 2 for 2, so they have equal amount of tanks in the game, and you can remember that all the T69s, all the damage is left for WSD Gaming, so this could still be WSD Gaming's match if they do play this correctly. But what do you think TCM is going to do? Are they going to go forwards? Are they going to go left? Are they going to go right? How are they going to approach this match now?
They are definitely going left. We see Still Mojo consolidating their position over there. And also Purple Shift Carvey is already going in H1. And from that position we can spot all the enemy tanks that are going on the T3 line. And those 1390 were waiting for the rotation from WASD Gaming, which is not coming. And so they only have to put pressure on the cap, but Nerveworks and Fluky are actually ready for this.
And the perfect positions. Carvey has to be very careful in that Bulldog. You can see Fluky's aiming towards him. Cap now on the way. That's via Still Mojo in the T32. So now WSD Gaming are forced to move forwards. What will they do? I think an all-in over the hill is probably called for, but does Nictor and that AMX 1390 in support from behind? I don't see how WSD Gaming can actually, win this one.
They are counting on the Nictor missing those shells, but we have seen him before. He's an amazing player with that 1390. So let's see in the next seconds what's going to happen with WASD Gaming. Probably Honor and Hacky will try to push on the one line, and here it goes. The battle starts, and WASD Gaming must reset the base very soon.
The sniping is absolutely unreal from TCM Gaming. They're finding every single shell. You can see Nictor in the background doing great damage. Honor also peeking, getting punished immediately by Yizny and Purple Shift and the two tier 8 tanks. And you can see also that Pershing and T32 are just unreal hold down. WSD Gaming really struggling to find a way through.
Definitely, and Purple Shift did very well not going to the cap. And we can see Yizny hiding behind Still Mojo, giving us the advantage in the cap zone. And this might be over, but Fluky and the Dazon are coming over.
9 seconds left on the clock. Can TCM Gaming hold on to take a win? Fluky trying to go on. He just has to hit one shell to actually be able to reset. And he does reset, but he will probably fall down. 41 seconds left on the clock. The dead zone also going in that T69. Carvey finds Honor in the MX-3090. Yizny will probably fall by the dead zone. Still Mojo having enough damage to take down the dead zone, but Zenichta certainly has. He comes off reload in the MX-3090, fluffs the first shell, but surely will be able to do the rest. Purple shift onto Nervax. The dead zone, the final real tanker remaining. Hacky, though, in the 251. 17 seconds left to try and hide this one out. He is all the way over to northeast side of this map, and despite TCM Gaming with 3,500 HP more, WSD Gaming have found a way to draw this one out.
Amazing, amazing positioning from Hacky. They were all in that reset, and they actually got it. And Hacky just hiding away from TCM Gaming brought them the win.
Novak should have probably hit a couple more shells. And,
yeah.
Well, TCM should have probably hit a couple more shells and not let Nervax come across, because that one reset gave them the game.
Yeah, definitely. And in the end, Still Mojo was too slow to deal more damage to the dead zone, and thus giving more time for his team to find Hacky over there.
Yeah, Still Mojo needs to up his game. He's been a little bit shaky this whole season for TCM Gaming. So let's see if they can actually do the next round. 4-3, this legendary comeback has begun. WSD Gaming has started to creep up the scoreboard, and TCM Gaming must stop this rot. They must stop this progression from their arch rivals, WSD Gaming, their sister team. And you can see the push here. WSD Gaming just have one option. Great initial damage from TCM, but not quite enough to take down the tanks.
Yeah, well, we see already the decision by WASD Gaming going for the one line over there with Honor, receiving a little bit of damage, but still getting in a very good position to deliver the reset. And also Fluky and the dead zone are cooled down over there, so TCM Gaming was not able to deal enough damage towards them.
I think they should have done a little bit better in that situation, but can they do it this time around? This is a question you guys should be answering on hashtag WGLEU. Now, eighth round now? Eighth round. If TCM Gaming don't win this one, WSD Gaming will be forcing them into a tiebreaker, and that's not good for their pride, as they will have another chance to defend.
Yeah, this is the 8th round, and the score is 4-3, guys. Don't be fooled by the scoreboard. And we see the kills are in a different position. Actually, looking at the lineups, he's still with a 59-16, but he didn't go for that side. And we already see WASD Gaming committing towards the 1-2 line and trying to surprise TCM Gaming. Still Mojo might be the first one that will fall. Whoa, what a high amount of damage, and Fluky manages to kill Still Mojo. Purple Shift seems to be the next one, and seems like WASD Gaming got the advantage early on.
Good initial damage by the WSDs. Still Mojo T32 goes down, falls, and that's going to give them a good amount of advantage. Now, Yukai missed also a couple of shells on the T49, or did hit them, but bounced them. And to be honest, that's such an easy move from WSD. They didn't even receive any damage for it. And, you know, this looks like a 4-4. TCM Gaming, it's Still Mojo. I mean, I honestly think one of the biggest problems TCM Gaming has had this season, I hate to say it, is Still Mojo.
Yeah.
Let's be honest here.
Yes, and dying early on with that T32, which has a lot of HP, is surely not the best thing for TCM Gaming.
Eurofish trying to go forwards, as is Yukai. Now, TCM Gaming have to do something. They have to come up with something incredible. They have to make a miracle happen. I think the cap is out of the question without that T32. The Killzera and Killer Pit up north or south on the mini-map are ready and waiting, patiently waiting in the bushes for the spot for TCM Gaming to come up, but Killer Pit gets spotted. Purple Shift and the Pershing is in the great position, and honestly think Killer Pit might fall here as he is tracked in the middle. The kills are also trying to make some shells in that 59-16. That's not a great move from him. He's probably going to go down as WSD Gaming do swing around. Yizny is looking in the wrong direction. Purple Shift and Nervax going for him, and TCM Gaming are just about still in this battle, but Yizny going down. That's the overmatch from WSD Gaming coming in, and 3 remain for TCM. Euralfish, Zenichta and Yukai.
Definitely right now. And Royalfish might be the one that has to make the difference, but not this time, as Hacky comes out of reload and takes down Uralfish, and the only one again left alive is Derzenictor.
4 minutes and 8 seconds. Derzenictor running away as quickly as he can in the MX3090, and WSD Gaming have done the incredible. They've come back from a 3-1, a 4-1, to a 4-3, and who would have thought it? TCM Gaming now evened up on the scoreboard, and maybe even losing 2 points here. They will be guaranteeing themselves 1 point, but 2 points is not great. WSD Gaming clearly want to be higher up the scoreboard. They want to have a chance being a top 2 contender going straight into the second day of the finals, but Derzenictor is a man that stands in the way of that dream.
And look at how smart WASD Gaming is right now, not going for Derzenictor. They are on the defense side and they are just waiting for him to come. They are not rushing into their decision, and this speaks a lot about them as a team. Derzenictor is going for right now. He has no other choice than to try to kill some of the low HP WASD Gaming players, but other than that, I don't see him winning in this situation.
Full HP, all 6 shells. Derzenictor in the MX3090 needs to take down 4 tanks from WSD Gaming if he wants to have a chance at getting his team that 3 points, but I don't see how he's going to do it, but he's going to go for it nonetheless. Fluky is the first one up and probably going to be the first one down if Derzenictor can continue this damage, but the rain of pain is coming from WSD Gaming. They're doing a fantastic job, and with Derzenictor's death, so does the death of TCM Gaming's 3 points go down with them. And what a fantastic round. One move just took down TCM.
Yeah, actually 2 moves. First one taking down Steel Moja, and then that push over the hill, the second move. Amazing play from WSD Gaming, and they are confirming once again that they are a very strong team. Very strong team, and they deserve their place to the offline finals.
They certainly do. They've been incredible. They've been absolutely insane this whole season. They've been consistent, they've been on point, and they've shown that they can also come back. But that's TCM Gaming in a nutshell. They were 4-1 ahead, and now they're 4-4. What does the community think about that?
That's pretty much exactly what we talked about earlier. TCM heading stepping ahead and then getting just smashed down. I don't know what to say about it. And the community still voting with 80% for WASD Gaming. And they seem to have, well, they seem to be right eventually. But let's see through the votings. Let me quickly search for how many people predicted to see in 3 maps. Well, very, very few, not close to 5%. Well, so let's see how the 3rd map goes. If you have anything to say towards this matchup, if you know the faults of TCM Gaming, if you want to give them good advices, just head over to Twitter and use the hashtag WGLEU to tell us whatever is on your mind. And if you want to rewatch, if you just tuned in, hi. We're in the 3rd match already, heading towards the 3rd map, and you pretty much missed everything. But don't be sad, we have a YouTube channel over at youtube.com/WGLEU where we upload all our VODs. So the VODs will be available soon. Subscribe to channel to get notifications as soon as we upload new video content, and then you can easily rewatch the VODs. And I think the teams are ready. So what is our deciding map tonight?
It's going to be Murovanka again. And TCM Gaming had the faster round, so they're going to be choosing the side. And they're, of course, going to go for defense.
Wow. And this means that WSD Gaming must step up with their play right now and actually get the win if they want to prove again that they are a strong team.
At the moment, TCM Gaming fighting for 2 points. They've chosen the better side. They've chosen the easier side. WSD Gaming now need to show that they're a team that can beat the odds to win.
Definitely, and actually I think they can. They won 1 round on attack. TCM Gaming, yeah, they didn't so far, so let's see what happens.
So guys, last match of the online phase of Season 5. It almost brings a tear to my eye. Of course, it's not the end of the season yet. Still got the offline finals to play for, but still, get tweeting, hashtag WGLU, get posting on our Facebook. Of course, follow our Twitch page just below. Click on the teams also. We got some cool icons there. You can check the team stats out, how well they've been doing, how well the players have been doing. Just get some research on it. It might give you a good idea of who's going to win this match between TCM Gaming and WSD Gaming on Murovanka in the tiebreaker map. Incredible set of matches. I think this one is going to be a little bit of a gamble. TCM Gaming is going to have to stay safe. They're going to have to stay calm. But I think WSD Gaming is going to go all in.
Yeah, well, I'm looking a little bit on the tank setups that they TCM Gaming picked. I'm seeing some T69s, a Pershing, quite agile tank setup, if I can say so. But on the other side, WASD Gaming is going with only one T69, and the rest of the tanks are light tanks, of course.
It's kind of surprising. I mean, usually we see two T69s and a Pershing. That's what TCM Gaming picked up last time.
Yeah, and I think we'll see something different coming up from TCM Gaming, because their previous tactic didn't work that well, as WASD Gaming managed to break in the end.
Yeah, it didn't work, and maybe that was down to the tactics and the tanks, I'm not sure, or if it was down to the individual players. There's a lot of questions up in the air for TCM Gaming, but still, looks like both teams are ready. It's going to be a tight round, it's going to be a close round. I'm not sure, your prediction?
I'm going for WASD Gaming.
I'm going to go for TCM Gaming.
Because I'm going to meet with them at the offline finals, and I don't want Ducky to beat me up, you know?
Don't be scared of the Killzor. He's just a big fluffy bunny. There's no reason for that.
I'm just messing with him
got
right now.
He's got a gold heart. He's got a heart of gold.
He's harmless. He's harmless.
Yeah, especially with that pink hat on. You can't really can't find him threatening at all.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay. So, guys, this is going to be the last match of the online phase of Season 5. Of course, we have Momentum and Kazakura on Monday, but that won't be broadcast, so this is the last one we're going to be looking towards, and that's only 15 seconds away. TCM Gaming vying for those 2 points now. They've lost the chance of getting 3 as they let a 4-1 victory lead going ahead, and now 4-all is the scoreline, as WSD Gaming has made a bit of a miracle comeback, but that's what we can expect from TCM Gaming as we go in game. We don't go in game.
But it's actually a restart.
Yeah, we're restarting, so one of the players obviously disconnected, unfortunately.
Yeah, this happens a lot after patch 9.5.
Yeah.
What do you think? Was it a good patch or not?
I don't know. Some crashes happen. I mean, I hadn't really experienced any myself. I haven't experienced any myself. I haven't experienced any myself. That's the one. I can get my words right. I think it's an okay patch.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to 9.6 to see more intense action, tank by tank, and more one-on-one duels, because the accuracy gets nerfed. So who knows? We might see more intense action than more.
So what do you think is going to happen? I mean, of course, 9.6 is going to be where the season finals are going to be played on, because it's probably going to come out next week. So in this meta right now is not necessarily what we're going to see from the teams in however many weeks' time.
I think the gameplay will change a lot exponentially at the offline finals. Not to mention the grand finals. We would have I think 3 more patches till the grand finals. But it will be very interesting to see how teams react to that accuracy nerf. As for the tanks, we already know the list of tanks that are going to be buffed and nerfed as well.
Yeah. And
what can we say about that?
Well, M41 getting a 4-second reload nerf, not a big deal. T71's getting a buff, 59-16 is getting a buff, which is going to make it very good. T37 is getting a nerf, I believe. So it's going back and forwards. I think the big thing is that artillery is just going to be useless now with the dispersion nerf. I mean, the M44 is already so inaccurate, it's going to be like twice as bad. So you literally will go from hitting like maybe 2 shells a battle to 0. So it'll be useless. Yeah,
so no more artillery. Even though we've witnessed that artillery, we've seen Grom in that artillery doing the first draw in 754. So we thought that artillery, I don't think the draws are possible anymore, considering that usually you don't have 2 light tanks destroying each other in the same moment.
I'm really upset about that. I thought artillery gives an extra dynamic to this game, which we'd really miss. I think those one-shots and those interesting shells that come in to give the other team the advantage when they're down severely is something we really need. So, of course, we haven't had 9.6. It's on the test server, so I definitely recommend you checking it out. What do you think of the buffs? What do you think of the nerfs? What do you think of the accuracy changes? Let us know on hashtag WGLEU alongside who's going to win between TCM Gaming and WSD Gaming as we just get the nod to start this next battle. So, going to run you through the lineups quickly. 2251s, 3251s to MX39s, 2 Bulldogs from WSD Gaming, and for TCM Gaming, as you mentioned, 2 Bulldogs, 2 T69s, 2 251s, 1 251 and 1 Pershing. So they have gone back to what they were before.
And what's very surprising from my point of view is that TCM Gaming is not going for that 5916. That 5916 is such a good tank, has such a good camo value, and can be used to spot the enemy tanks very easy. So I don't really understand why they are not using it, and I surely want to ask them sometimes why they are not using it.
I think they're just expecting WSD Gaming to go all in, so they want to get the overmatch and damage.
Oh, yeah. That might also be a good answer to my question. But let's see where WASD Gaming is going towards as we head into the game. And we're seeing the Killzor in that M41 Bulldog. Do you think it's a good decision from him to pick that M41 Bulldog?
I'm not sure. The Killzor hasn't been the greatest. Well, he hasn't really played that much Bulldog so far. He has played a few times and he's got some good spots for them. One of the highest spotters in the whole league. Maybe one of the reasons why WSD Gaming has been so good. But guys, if you've just joined us, it's 4-all. You can see that at the top of the scoreboard there. Will TCM Gaming, who are on the defense, as they should, win this battle and secure 2 points, or will WSD Gaming make a 4-round comeback happen and be one of the best comebacks of the season? That's the question, and in the next 6 minutes we'll have that answer.
And looking at TCM Gaming right now, for 1 second I believe that they are going forward, but Daki is being spotted over there. Curiously, he does not receive any damage. Very lucky again to escape those shells over there, as he did before in their match against Utopia. But now seems like they're going with two tanks on that K line.
And the MX3090 there is a really weird tank to have. Previously it was a T54 lightweight, so clearly Yizny's going to have to try and scamper out. First shell does connect via Honor, second shell's going to connect, third one doesn't find its way onto the back of Yizny, who's been absolutely on point this season, and at least at the start a good third of Yizny's health gets thrown away.
Yeah, and we're seeing WASD Gaming putting some pressure on TCM Gaming right now. And the kills are spotted. No, he didn't spot Carvey. He didn't spot Carvey.
He didn't get in within 50 meters. He tried his best. Yizny, though, does get spotted and receives another 241 damage. The Killzor should have got tracked. He should have got taken down.
And so far, the TCM Gaming is doing quite a good job, even though Yizny is low HP right now. They have the HP advantage. They just have to wait for WASD Gaming to commit even more tanks. But we are already seeing a rotation from TCM Gaming with that 251 and that Volca Bulldog going forward in that area. And WASD Gaming is just waiting for them.
It kills a little bit of a miscommunication with Killer Pit. Both receive about 10 damage. Could make a difference, you never know. It does come down to those fine lines between these two top teams, between the top teams of the Gold Series. The kills are once again spotted. He might actually fall here as he does cross through the middle. The Zanikta is on the side. He does track him. Carvey does eventually get found. I think the kills knew he'd have to go in, and we'd have to sacrifice himself. But in my opinion, that's a good exchange for TCM.
An excellent exchange, and now he can lean back and coordinate his team towards the victory. And looking now, still Moja tries to connect a shot towards Nervax. Misses, but WASD Gaming right now can put some more pressure on the cap zone, as they are already doing, and Uralfish on the rotation.
You can see Killer Pit there is ready and waiting, but with those double Bulldogs, I just don't see how TCM Gaming can lose this game. They just need to be able to find their way onto the capping tanks quickly enough. I guess the problem is that they got the T69s, which are kind of slow, and the Pershing, which is kind of slow. Killer Pit does get spotted on the cross, but no one can shoot him. Uralfish versus Killer Pit, both MVPs for TCM Gaming and WST Gaming, respectively, as TCM does start to close that net.
And no more pressure from them. From the cap zone, they did the initial spot. They know where Worldfish is, but they don't know that he has some backups. Now the T69 and M26 Pershing are spotted, and it seems like we are going towards the final confrontation in this match.
Eurofish just has to scamper as quickly as he can. He's severely outmatched in the Magic Forest to the right of Murovanka. Once he does get out of there, he needs the rest of his team to come in, but TCM Gaming, they got the Pershing, they got the T69s, which do severe amount of damage. If Testic Nervax does get the better of Purple Shift, at least first, but replies do come from TCM, and it's going backwards and forwards. Dead Zone goes forwards on it on the rotate there in the MX 1390. He's going to find his way onto the side of TCM, and that's the problem. TCM have put themselves in an awkward position by all being in one place. They have to commit, they have to go forwards.
Definitely, and they are standing very well right now with those T69 and that M26 Pershing driven by Steel Mojo, receiving some damage now from the side from Honor. Oh, he has only 2 shells left, and it looks like WASD Gaming needs to go through right now.
Eurofish in a perfect position at A6, making shells onto Nervax. And Kilobit though on the side as well. That's a problem. TCM Gaming are getting hounded from left, right and center. Fluky gets spotted. Fluky gets found. Eurofish taking him down easily, and Kilopit trying to get back into this game. Eurofish again in a great position. I think this might be the final collapse from WSD Gaming as they do start to peek over the dead zone at 251. Hacky in the AMX 1390. Nervax trying to do some work in the background in the 251, but yet these tanks do stay their ground. Back and forth we go. 1 minute and 26 seconds left on the clock. TCM Gaming on the defense, and this is going to be the last push in. Yizny easily dispatches of the AMX 1390 from the right. Kilopit though comes in response, and it's going so well for TCM Gaming as they fight battered and bruised against the onslaught of WSD. Kilopit next on the chopping board. Surely he'll go down via Steel Mojo, the M26, or will Eurofish find him? And it will be Steel Mojo team captain stepping up for his team and finding the second to last tank, leaving only Nervax alive in the 251.
Nervax last man standing, and now the pack of wolves from TCM Gaming going forward towards Nervax, but Izny there died. How the hell did Izny die there? But there's Aniktar with the last kill, and TCM Gaming managed to win this match, and thus getting those 2 points.
They do pick up 2 points nicely. Obviously, WC Gaming picks up 1. Which will bring them to 20 points. TCM will go up to 16, but it won't secure them a spot at the offline finals, unfortunately. They'll get a good position for the relegation matches, though. But what do you think of that match? Do you think we saw the winner we deserved?
Actually, I was hoping TCM Gaming wins because they deserved a victory in the end, as they are not going to the offline finals this season. So I'm really happy that they won in the end, but it was very hard for them since WSD Gaming just played amazing on Murovanka, but unfortunately not on the last map. This is something they need to fix for the offline finals.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but TCM Gaming will be the last victor of the online stage, at least, of the Season 5. We've had some good games today. We saw Schoolbus get crushed by Virtus Pro in quite some fashion, but Kazna doing well to secure themselves a spot in the finals. And your general impression on today's games?
Well, I think that today's games were very interesting, especially with the result between Virtus Pro and the School Boss, but also Kasna managing to qualify to the offline finals is very important. And now, if they win once more against Momentum, I think they will actually manage to get a little bit upper in the rankings.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Congratulations to the Kazan crew. The real result they needed, getting themselves, as you said, into the finals. But it's been a great day. Match day 11, part 2 is over. It's been a great week, a great super week, and we've really enjoyed the games. I hope you have. But to send us off, it is Melly. And, well, what a week.
Definitely. 4 days packed with tank action, and people, if you missed it, just watch back the VODs. It's definitely worth it. We saw so many things happening, so many awesome situations, so many clutches, so many upsets, and also great matches overall. It was a streaming week that could have been better. It couldn't have been better. It was just insane. And as Ollie kindly wrapped up already, Virtus Pro versus School Bus finished School Bus off, sent them home with a 5-1 ending, and Kazna Crew versus Drooling Leprechauns ended 5-1 as well. And WASD Gaming versus TCM Gaming seemed to end as a 5-1 as well at the beginning, but well, we went over the full distance. We saw 3 maps, and TCM Gaming made it eventually with 5-4. And yes, what games? What else to say? I can't tell you when we're seeing each other the next time, since the date for the offline finals haven't been announced yet. But people, stay tuned. Head over to our Facebook page, to our Twitter page. Follow us, like us, to make sure that you're the first ones to know as soon as we announce something in that direction. And I promise you it will be very, very soon. So stay tuned. Don't forget to follow the Twitch channel, of course, because if you miss all the announcements, maybe a Twitch email will remind you of when the Season 5 finals will happen. And of course, our YouTube channel, where you can find all the VODs and watch back all the amazing tank action. People at home, thank you very much for participating so much and being an awesome audience. And I hope you enjoyed the Season 5 as much as we did. And well, I hope to see you back on the Season 5 finals when, well, it's still in the stars. But as said, stay tuned on our Facebook and whatever social media pages, and you will surely know. So have a good night, have a good weekend, and see you back soon.